Hey there, listeners of Illusion. We want to do a special episode about what Knightmare means to the fans. With that in mind, we decided to put together a competition. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is to send us a voice recording telling us some of your fondest memories of the show and what it means to you. You can either send your recordings by email to podcast@nightmarepod.co.uk using the subject Nightmare Memories, or you can send us a voice message through our Spotify page. Please note that whilst we'll accept recordings of any length by email, Spotify voice messages are limited to 1 minute long. We'll pick our favourites and play them on the podcast, and one entry chosen at random will win the grand prize. A complete set of the official Knightmare Choose Your Own Adventure books by Dave Morris, including the very rare Lord Fear's Domain, a physical copy of Peter Pulsford's unofficial book Knightmare Live, The File of Freedom, a book containing copies of the first 9 issues of The Eye Shield thanks to Paul McIntosh for granting us permission, the Knightmare Live Handbook, a limited edition book given only to backers of the original Knightmare Live Kickstarter campaign, and to top it off, we'll be sending you a signed photo of Knightmare actress Natasha Pope. The closing date for the competition is August the 31st. Any entries received after that will not be eligible to win but may still be used in the podcast. Please be aware that the Dave Morris books have been sourced from various second-hand sellers, and whilst they're all complete, there's a certain amount of wear and tear. Quite frankly, the fact we managed to get the copy of Lord Fear's Domain that didn't already have the puzzles filled in is nothing short of amazing. We look forward to hearing from you, and good luck!
Welcome. You're only just in time because the dungeon has begun to stir, somewhat uncomfortably. But before we learn what's coming next, let's take a moment to peer into the past. In time before, young Tom was trapped, his friends for good ideas were strapped, the automatum's flailing mace made quite a mess of poor Tom's face. Next Scott's team came from western lands, and one of Folly's winning hands was their initial port of call, with Hordress next, then Talking Wall, then Lilith's messy hair was tamed, and then a book of stories famed was judged by Grimwolds to be fun, but still Scott's stuck on level 1. Let's join him as he seeks the cup. You'll find that things are hotting up.
You're in a small cave. There doesn't seem to be a way out, though. There's a fiery pit in the middle, but it keeps being covered up.
Yeah, alternates between being a solid floor and a pit.
We're going to have to be quick.
Yes, team, we don't want Scotty frittered, do we?
Walk forward, Scotty. Wait until I say go. Go! Phew.
Ah, we've just got a close-up shot. We can see what looks like a mouse hole on the other side of the cave. I suppose that's our exit.
A mouse hole?
He'll never fit through that.
Well, let's get him over there first. Sidestep left, Scotty. Walk forward.
Just a small side step to the right, that's it.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's way too small.
Yeah, I think we need to cast a spell.
Oh yeah, I suppose we should. Spellcasting. T-I-N-Y. You've become really small, Scotty.
Well, it may be a small world for Scott now, team, but time still waits for no man. Or mouse.
Walk forwards through the door, then.
Where am I?
Well, there's all darkness ahead of you, and you're standing on this kind of,
Giant yellow hexagon.
We expect we'll have a better view if we get back to full size.
Yeah, okay. This spell. Tyni.
You're growing now, Scotty.
Right.
You're about normal size now, and you're standing in a long grey corridor with 4 doors. There's yellow and blue hexagons on the floor.
There's a cup above one of the doors, so...
Being back to full size may be enough to protect Scott from some dangers in the dungeon, but by no means all. The great corridor of the catacombs is a favourite haunt of many creatures that would judge him just the right size to make a hearty meal, so I suggest you don't let him hang around.
Walk forward, Scotty, until I say stop. Stop!
You're 90 degrees right.
Quickly, run forward!
Where am I?
Well, I'm not sure, really. The screen's divided into 9 squares, and 5 of them are covered with these brown bricks, so we can't really see the room.
The 4 corner squares are clear. We can see you in the bottom right corner, and it looks like there's a door at the top right. In the other 2 corners, there's nothing. Just blue bits of room.
We can't take you to the door because we can't see what else is in the room, but the 5 bricked off squares have each got a letter on them. There's R, G, L, I, and A.
I guess that's an anagram.
Yeah, it must be.
Well, if you can identify the nature of this challenge, team, I hope its solution isn't going to flummox you for long. Just as with all spells, this crucial word must be spelt correctly, but in this case, I suspect the calling of letters is, well, called for.
Come on, guys. What can it be?
Well, have you got any ideas?
No, not yet.
Can you tell me the letters again?
R, G, L, I, A.
I can see Leia.
It can't be that. What about the G?
Come now, team, think of your quest.
L, A, I, and R could also spell lawyer or rail.
That's got nothing to do with our quest. It's for the cup, and that doesn't spell cup.
Think of what Lilith told you.
Oh, Grail.
Oh, yeah. Lilith said that the cup that heals is the Holy Grail, didn't she?
Well done, Sky. Call out the letters.
G, R, A, I, L.
Okay, the screen's clear now and we can see the room. There's loads of holes in the floor, but there's also a wellway to your left.
Well, quickly, team. The wellway's here and level 2 beckons.
Sidestep left, Scott. Again. Walk forwards.
Stop there. There's a hole.
Sidestep right. Forward. A few steps back to your left. Can you see the well?
Yes.
Quickly, climb up the steps and get into it.
Sit on the rim and then lower yourself in.
Where am I?
You're in a room with 4 doors, but 2 of them are being guarded by this huge kind of skeleton thing.
There's something white underneath it.
Not a welcome start to level 2, team. A catacomb bite is here, and you must avoid it at all costs. Even a brush against this monster could cause untold harm to Scott. Your life force energy level is critical. You must find food quickly, but for goodness sake, avoid all contact with the creature.
That must be a bit of food underneath that.
I think it's a cauliflower.
I'll guide him. Walk forward, Scott. Can you see the food?
No, not yet.
Watch it. He's going to hit the jaw.
Bend down, Scott. That's it. Now, go forward like that.
I can see the cauliflower.
Grab it quickly and then run back out of the way.
Stick it in your knapsack.
There, that's better. But I wouldn't stop too long, team.
Which door shall we take?
The right. Turn right, Scotty, and walk forward quickly.
Watch out. Turn a bit more right.
Okay, keep going forward.
Where am I?
You're in a long hallway, and there are 2 sets of spears shooting out across your path at intervals.
There's blood on the tips.
Precision guidance is called for here, team. But there should be a safe zone between the spear paths.
Go forward, Scott. A little more. Stop there.
Now, when we say go,
When I say go, run forward. Go!
That was a bit close, Nat.
Will you do the next one then?
Oh dear, it seems that a previous dungeoneer is haunting here. Make sure Scott doesn't become the victim of a close encounter, team.
Keep going forward, Scotty. Quite a bit more. Okay, stop there.
I think you could go a bit closer.
Okay, shuffle a bit more forward. Stop. Get ready. Go.
Nice.
Ooh, life force damage.
Okay, Scotty, just keep going forward.
Where am I?
Well, you're at the top of a flight of steps in a big blue room with lots of arches, and there's a table, and it looks like there's some things on it.
Another unoccupied chamber. It seems that no one on this level wants to meet you, Scott. No one human, anyway. Still, objects are here, so I suggest you make your choice quickly, team.
Reach out with your left hand, Scott. Can you feel the handrail?
Yeah, I've got it. Shall I go down the steps?
Yes. Then walk forward and you'll come to the table.
Can you tell us what's on there?
Well, there's another book, a sort of black thing, a crossbow bolt, I think it is, and an emblem, a talisman.
And no specific clues on offer, it seems. Make your choice carefully, team.
Is there anything written on the cover of this book, Scotty?
Oh yes, 101 great haggis recipes, it says.
Weird.
Well, I don't think we should take the crossbow bolt, because that's a weapon.
What if it belongs to someone, though?
I don't think we should take a weapon unless there's a clue telling us to, and there isn't.
The book and the talisman then?
Yes.
Okay.
Pick those 2 up then, Scotty, and take a few steps backward.
Turn 90 degrees left.
You're right, Sky.
Oh yeah, right. Just walk forward now.
Where am I?
Well, there are 3 windows to your left, and it looks like outer space beyond. And there's a pit in front of you with a wooden throne on the other side.
There's no obvious way across, but...
There's a paving stone sticking out on the other side. That might be important.
Yeah, there's a magic symbol on it, I think.
You're right, team. But before you can reach that symbol, Scott must take the appropriate steps.
We got some steps, haven't we?
Yeah, the first step is the cough.
Try coughing, Scott.
Okay.
Good. Another paving stone has appeared in front of you. Walk forward a little. Okay, stop there.
Second step's the sneeze.
Sneeze, Scott.
I'm not sure I can right now.
Well, force it. Or pretend.
Achoo!
Take another 2 steps forward.
Hiccup now, Scotty.
You mean pretend again?
Yes!
The path is complete now, so go forward.
Stop.
Ah, welcome, Scott. I must say, I'm particularly pleased to see you standing safely on this side of the pit. The last Scot that came in here didn't make it quite that far. Still, that was many years ago now.
Merlin, we really don't have time for a stroll down memory lane just at the moment.
All right, Treguard, I know. Now, what am I supposed to do next? Ah, yes. Let's perk you up a bit, Scott. Spellcasting! V-I-G-O-U-R! Well, that's invigorated your life force. Now let's see if we can do the same thing with your brain. I seek 2 truths from you, and here is the first. At night I venture out to play, but sometimes I'm seen in the day. Though in my gaze are shadows grown, the light I cast is not my own. What am I?
I think that must be a star, Scott. Say...
Wait a minute. The light I cast is not my own, but stars do cast their own light.
I think it's the moon.
But you don't see that in the day, do you?
Sometimes you do, like when there's an eclipse.
Yes, and sometimes you can see the moon in the evening before the sun goes down, can't you?
Yes. Say moon, Scotty.
The moon.
Truth accepted. Here is the second. Pink at birth, then red in prime, then turns green with passing time. What is it?
Sounds like that statue of Jesus in the churchyard.
Oh yeah, I know the one. What's it made of?
I think the answer is copper.
What do you think, Scotty?
I agree with Jenny.
Say copper then.
Copper.
Truth accepted! Excellent! Very well done, Scott. And your friends, too. For 2 correct answers, I can reward you with 2 spells. The first spell is called Charm, and despite its name, it is a spell, not a charm. But its effect is nonetheless charming. The second spell is called Flight, and guarantees to take you for quite a ride. Use this magic wisely, for each spell may help you only once. Now, good luck to you, Scott, and if you make it through to level 3, we should meet again. Farewell!
What was the first spell called?
Charm, that.
Thanks, Scotty.
Right. Now take about 4 side steps to your left. Great. Walk forward and you'll get to the door.
Where am I?
You're in a blue sort of cave, and there's this little crack in front of you where fire keeps shooting up every few seconds. There's another crack sort of opposite you, and on the other side of this kind of pit thing.
And there's a large man with a beard sitting in the middle of the room, next to the pit. I think he's eating something.
Looks like we need to get him over that crack first. Go forward, Scotty. Stop there.
Now when we say go, run forward.
How far?
Until I say stop.
Go.
Stop there.
Okay, now turn to your left and walk forward a bit.
Do you think we should say anything to this man?
I don't know. He looks a bit vicious,
Scotty, try saying hello.
but be polite.
Okay. Hello?
What's this then? You should know better than to interrupt a Scotsman's lunch, you clumsy young Sassenach.
Quick, apologise to him.
I'm sorry for disturbing you.
Oh, not to worry. Unless, of course, you're one of those foul Campbells come to steal my haggis. Just like you stole my clan's ancient soup recipe and made a fortune out of it.
No, I'm not a Campbell.
Well, that's alright then. As it happens, I wouldn't really mind if you had come to steal my haggis. Oh, I'm so bored of this foul-innard buffet that I can hardly bear to force it down any more.
I wonder why he keeps eating it then.
Why do you keep eating it then?
Oh, Scott, be careful.
Well, because it reminds me of home. When I'm eating haggis, I can imagine myself back amongst the fragrant heather and swaying pines. I just wish there was another way to cook the stuff. But there's only so much you can do with the heart, lungs and liver of a sheep boiled in its own stomach.
Yuck!
Oh, what if we give him the book?
101 Great Haggis Recipes. Yes, Scotty, offer him the book.
Okay. I've got a recipe book here that you might like. It's called 101 Great Haggis Recipes, and...
Really? Let me see it.
Hand it over to him.
By William Wallace's washing machine, I never knew there were so many things you could do with a haggis. Okay, this book could change my life.
Tell him he can keep it, Scotty.
As long as he gives us something in return.
You can keep the book if you want, but...
Thank you kindly, laddie. For your generosity, you will always be a friend of the honourable clan of McGrew.
Quick, ask him.
And because you've been so kind to me, I've got a wee bit of magic for you. The name of the spell is Avaunt. Use it when you want to get rid of something, before it gets rid of you. On your way then, my young friend.
Thanks.
Okay, Scott, just take a few steps right, or you'll kick him. Good, now go forward.
Stop and turn 90 degrees left. Right, now walk forward.
Stop! You're in front of the fire again, Scotty, so when we say go...
Go!
Okay, just keep walking forward now.
Where am I?
You're standing on a wooden bridge between these two green mountains.
But there's a huge gap in the middle of the bridge.
The wood's all cracked and broken on either side.
Tricky. The path in here appears none too safe. Whatever you're going to do, team, I suggest you do it quickly, for time is pressing.
Can I jump it, you reckon?
Maybe.
Oh, don't reckon you should, Scotty. The gap's too big.
Yeah, and the bridge is really narrow, so even if you jumped far enough, you still might topple off the side. I think we should use a spell.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which one?
Flight, it's got to be.
What do you think, Scotty?
Yes, cast flight.
Okay. Spellcasting. F-L-I-G-H-T.
Oh, you're flying over the gap now, Scott. And you're safely down on the other side.
Capital! I'd say you passed that test with flying colours, team. Hurry on now.
Walk forward, Scott. Try to stay in a straight line.
Yes, you're nearly there.
Where am I?
It's a big grey cave with an opening to outside. We can see the night sky. And then just in front of that, there are two stalagmites.
No, stalactites.
Hanging from the ceiling. It looks like there's light coming from the top left corner of the cave. So...
Well, I don't know about you, team, but I was expecting that. Still, goblins may be predictable, but that doesn't make them any less dangerous. Don't you think you should get Scott moving?
Walk forward, Scott. Keep going. A bit more.
Start there and turn 90 degrees to your left. Walk forward.
Where am I now?
You're in another cave, but this time there's a rock table just to your right. So,
Food here, team, and you need it. Life force energy has all but slipped away.
Sidestep left, Scott. Can you feel the table?
Yes, there's a tangerine on it.
put it in your knapsack.
And carry on forward.
Scott, you're in another cavern now, and there's a sort of ghost.
Rather appropriately, a cavern wraith is here, but I doubt that it's friendly. Scott may be tantalizingly close to level 3 now, team, but he certainly won't make it that far if you allow this creature to drain his life force.
Scott, sidestep left.
It's following.
Hurry, team, you must take action now!
Spellcasting. A-V-A-U-N-T.
Oh, good work, Nat.
Well, it was something that we wanted to get rid of, wasn't it? Okay, Scotty, turn slightly left and then walk forward.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, you may have dealt with the immediate danger, team, but there are still plenty more in existence. Hurry on, Scott.
Just keep going like you are.
Where am I?
You're in a long corridor with, like, pink and purple tiles on the floor, and there's something moving about down the end.
It's goblins, I think. Now, there's a black symbol on the floor in front of the door to your right, and a different symbol in front of the door to your left. The one on the right looks like a kind of candlestick shape, and I think it matches the talisman we got.
Well spotted, Natalie. But make sure Scott doesn't linger too long in this place, or the goblins will be upon him.
Walk forward 3 steps, Scotty. Turn 90 degrees right.
Shall I hold up the emblem?
Yes, and walk forward.
Quick, Scotty.
Where am I?
You're in a sort of orange cave, and there's a wellway in the top left corner, but there's a knight standing between you and the...
Halt! Intruder alert, level 2! Gumboil the Orid reporting. No one leaves this level without the password. Gimme the password, intruder, or perish. Well, this is more like it, don't you think? We haven't been this deep into the dungeon for quite some time, and now... well, now we'll just have to wait to find out just how much deeper Scott can delve. And I know you want to find out just as much as I do, passive ones, so you'd best be back in time, or be disappointed.